excited to be back with you guys. It's a Thursday morning. I've missed you guys. I am Coach Sarah. If you are new here, I just want to say a huge welcome. And if you are watching from YouTube, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. All right, guys, we are going to talk about cookies today. How many of you like cookies? I think a lot of you like cookies because I posted about this and everyone's like, sign me up, cookies, because I love cookies too. Okay, so this is what we're gonna be doing today. You guys, look at these. Look at those. Are you drooling? Because I'm already drooling and it's morning here. These are big, these are beautiful. Look at this. Look at these things. This is big. These are huge. I mean, look, this one. I mean, come on, you guys. Hello, peekaboo, peekaboo. Okay. You guys, I really wanted to do this for two reasons. First off, one of my amazing generation movers, Jerry, requested this. And so Jerry, this is for you. I love my generation movers. And I wanted to do this for a couple reasons. Because I seen this recipe floating around and everybody's making it, right? And if you guys saw my story, it just chuckles because we have so many cool trends that we start as Trim Healthy Moms, right? And some of them, though, just because the cool kids are doing it doesn't mean we should. Scripture says everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. Everything is permissible for me, but I will not be mastered by everything. So, truth bomb. I saw the recipe and I looked at it and I saw a ton of almond flour. And you guys, almond flour is so dense, it's so heavy, it is gonna get in your way of you hitting your goals if that is a go-to for you. So then I saw some people modifying the recipe and I thought, this looks really familiar to me. Like, I don't think we actually need to modify this because there's already an amazing recipe out there. So we are gonna go with a tried and true recipe that already exists that is 15 grams less in fat per cookie, and it's still these huge cookies. So you guys, I'm super excited about this because today we are gonna go big or go home, right? We love cookies, we love to do things different, so we're just changing up a classic tried and true recipe that's already been out there circulating. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make it, and yes, I linked it for you guys in the description. And I'm gonna show you my modifications. We're gonna talk about the fat grams in it. And you guys are always welcome to lighten things up even more. I know some of you were sharing that you have been adding applesauce instead. So just make sure that if you're doing things like that, that you're watching how many carbs you're adding so that you're still staying within the parameters if it's an S. Because the second you start adding chocolate chips and things like that, it starts adding fat really, really quick. I'm gonna show you exactly what I use so I can show you exactly how I got. Each cookie has 32 grams of fat. The recipe that everybody's been making with the almond flour, it has 47 grams of fat. And I love you guys. I love you guys enough to tell you as my sister and as my friend, please don't do that. That's so much fat. And especially if we're doing it after a meal, it's just too much. A lot of the times we might have cheeseburger pie and then have a cookie, and it's like we're piling fat upon fat and upon fat. And I know most of you who follow me, you are my age or older, and we're just not in a season to do that anymore, unfortunately. We probably could if you're younger and watching this, you probably get away with more. If you wanna go with almond flour, it's up to you. But if you are 40 or older, it's really not wisdom. So what we can do is make this recipe and have it as a standalone, have it as your afternoon snack. Lighten things up. Don't do the full-on almond flour, okay? And, enjoy your journey and make sure that are you getting your emails, or is this a go-to? So ask yourself the hard questions so you can hit your goals. Is this helping you hit your goals, or is this hindering you from hitting your goals? All right, I'll get off my pulpit for a second. I am really happy with how this turned out because this is just really fun. So preheat your oven to 350. So step one, 350. Then, which I didn't do, so I'm gonna do it right now. Now, all we're gonna do is you can dump everything in your bowl and you can follow along with me, and then I'll show you guys exactly so it turns out perfectly. Where did I put my recipe? And if you guys have any questions, Araya is gonna read your guys' questions. So follow along. Let's see. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Denise. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Joanne. Who else is here? Good morning. All right. Okay, you guys. So step one, we are going to put butter. So you guys, I want to give you guys truth, because I know you guys follow me and you want the truth. And so that's what we're here for. We're going to have the truth today. So here is butter. I melted this butter, and that's going to help make this shape easier. This butter, you guys ready? Sometimes hearing the numbers, it makes you go, whoa. This is 176 grams of fat right here in this bowl. We're putting it in, 176 grams of fat. If you drank that, that's what you'd be drinking. Like, wow. Go get the kids, you guys. We're going to do a math lesson today. We're doing math. Okay, next we are going to add gentle sweet. Now, for this recipe, I am only adding 1 cup. That was 2 sticks of butter. Can you lighten it up? Absolutely can, but I'm telling you, this is a tried and true recipe, and it will come out perfect if you follow along with this. If you want to swap it out for some applesauce, you're welcome to do that. Just know, if you have too many, it's going to be a crossover. So just know your boundaries. All right, we're going to do 1 cup of gentle sweet. Okay.
Someone said, can baking blend be used instead of almond and coconut flour?
We are going to be making the dreams come true today, Tammy. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so we have 1 cup. And then I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of vanilla. By the way, I am using xylitol-free gentle sweet, so I want to let you guys know exactly what I have so that when you go to replicate this, you get the exact same thing that I'm getting. Because I know sometimes like, oh, mine didn't turn out exactly like yours. If you want it to turn out exactly like this is exactly what I'm doing. So we are going to do, I'm going to grab a different measuring one.
Someone else said, is there a calorie count on the cookies? Pearl just made a post about how calories dense.
I'll have to figure out the calories, so... But this is definitely way lighter. Way lighter. It's probably around 300. Okay, so I think the other one is like 500. Is that right, you guys? Maybe you can tell me. This is 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Now we're going to mix this together. And this is just my KitchenAid. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, I got to turn this up a little bit. Okay, then we are going to add... oh, you guys, here's the secret. There are a lot of brown sugars that you can buy. And I was actually looking at some of them, and you got to be really careful and read those labels because some of them have fillers in it. So make sure you're reading your labels. Ooh, this looks nice and creamy. Okay, so all you have to do for brown sugar effect, ready? Take a cup of gentle sweet. You can do either of these. Take a cup of gentle sweet and take 1 teaspoon of molasses and just mush it into your gentle sweet, and boom, you have brown sugar. Or, because I like things even simpler, and I know you guys do too, just add a teaspoon of molasses to your cookie batter. And then if you already have your gentle sweet in there, it's naturally, so I'm adding 1 teaspoon. I'm eyeballing it very carefully, don't worry. Okay, there we go. I've gotten pretty good at mastering 1 teaspoon. So, 1 teaspoon. Did you see that? About flicked molasses all over the house. That's so sticky. 1 teaspoon will give it that brown sugar effect. And no, you don't need to go crazy and add a whole bunch because then we would be adding too many carbohydrates. So that's why we don't want to add any extra molasses because we'll just have too many carbs. Okay.
Denny said that the other cookies is 500 grams of fat.
500. No, it's not 500. 500 calories, right? 47 grams of fat. I know I looked at the fat because that was what shocked me, you guys. That's so much fat. Here, can I be honest with you guys? I know the author of the recipe said that they don't eat a whole cookie. But I know many of you, if you're anything like me, you do. You do eat a whole cookie. And you guys, I just want you to be able to have your cookie, just like I want you to have your cake and eat it too, but we're gonna do it with wisdom. So we can still have our cookie, but we're gonna just do it a little bit smarter. Okay, so we got in our molasses, our vanilla, our butter, and our gentle sweet. Now we are doing baking blend because, you guys, Baking blend, let me tell you, this entire recipe has 1 3/4 cups of baking blend, and that adds to it 23.33 grams of fat. Isn't that awesome? That is so much lighter, so much more friendly than our than the almond flour. Okay.
Hannah said, "What could you use in place of molasses?" I think I'm out.
Ooh, that's a good question. Let me think about it. I would go to the store and get some, I guess. That's what I would do. Okay. Almost there. So this is 1 3/4. This is a half cup measure. 1 3/4 cups of baking blend. Perfect. Now stir this in. Now while this is going, we are going to add 2 eggs. 2 eggs. 2 eggs is going to add 10 grams of fat. So if you're following along, it's like, okay, 2 eggs. Now put those in, like so. Okay, where did I already lost my towel, guys. Let's see, how are we doing here? It's looking good. Now we are going to add in baking powder, baking soda, and xanthan gum. And we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of each. So baking powder, I'm gonna do my baking powder.
Someone said, would you use brown?
Wait, hold. 1 teaspoon of that. Yes, go ahead. So baking powder. This is just an Epicure one I had left over. You can use any aluminum-free baking powder that you can find. Then I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of baking soda.
What does that say?
Oh, Swerve. Would you use brown Swerve instead of Gentle Sweet? And you can use brown Swerve, yes. Okay, and then 1 teaspoon, although I'm telling you, this is perfected. It's just perfect this way, but you're welcome to do it that way. I know some other people do. Okay, oh, and then xanthan. This helps bind it together. And can you use Glucki? Yes, you can. I do prefer xanthan in it, though, I'll be honest.
Hannah said, could I have the sweeteners as Swerve similar to the regular cookies?
What was it? Could I as Swerve similar to the regular cookies? Could I? Oh, yeah. Is Swerve? I guess I'm not understanding the question. Okay, we'll come back to that. All right, so I put in the xanthan, the baking soda, and the baking powder. Now I'm gonna I did use salted butter, and I am still going to add salt to it on top of that. And where's my salt? Here it is. So I'm gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna mix this together. Okay, the only other, I do make one modification to this recipe. So when you see it posted in the description, there is a note at the bottom, and it says, Coach Sarah does ... Make sure you follow my recommendations there. But to lighten up the fat a little bit more, what I did was, instead of using 1.5 cups of chocolate chips, we're gonna use just 1 cup instead. And you guys, this is where you can have fun. You could take a couple tablespoons of macadamia nuts and crush them up and put that in here. You could add white chocolate chips, sky's the limit. This is a base recipe right here. And then you're gonna do this exact same thing to get those really big cookies. And big cookies are really fun. And it's a lot of fun to have those things. If you have guests coming to your house, you're hosting something, it does give it that more dramatic effect. And it's just pretty, they're pretty. So, feel free to have fun with these and make them your own. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, yeah, that looks awesome. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this out. Look at that, this is perfect. And we are going to add in our chocolate chips. So I'm gonna pull this out. Get this out of the way, Oh, I need that one. I am using the 365 sugar-free dark chocolate chips from Whole Foods. I do want to let you guys know, I found out something recently. They reformulated, which Anytime they reformulate, you guys, I go, oh, why? So I want to let my dairy-free friends know these have milk in them now. But they are still 100% on plan. The fuel has not changed for them. They have not changed other than I know I've recommended them to my dairy-free mamas. So I wanted to let you guys know, read your label. There is 3 formulations out there right now. One that has milk, one that has milk powder, and then the one that I had recommended to you guys. So you might still be able to snag some. And I have sent, trust me, you guys, on your behalf, I have sent a message requesting, please go back to the original formulation, especially for my dairy-free mamas. So I don't know, they haven't really said yet. So we'll see. We can all pray and hold out hope for that. But just know that if you guys go and get some of these, there right now is 3 formulations. 3 formulations. So just look for that. All right. So I'm going to add this in. Now, you guys ready to know how much fat's in this? This is why I want you to check your label, because if you use Lily's or Bake Believe or any of the other ones, 1 tablespoon has 5 grams of fat. So I need to know that, because that means what? 80 grams of fat? What is that right there? It's like a little bug trying to hang out with us. No. Okay, 80 grams of fat. Yep. So I'm going to stir that in. Guess what that means, you guys? That means, can we move these things out of there? Cool. Just get them out of there. You ready to know the grand total of fat if you ate this entire thing? Now, this is good. If you guys like cookie dough, it's good. Now, if you're worried about salmonella and things like that, then don't do it. But I won't tell anybody if you guys won't tell anybody. I eat this raw. Don't tell on me, though. Please don't tell on me. You want to try it? Okay, so once you get this mixed together, then we are going to, you can get out parchment paper and put it on 2 cookie sheets, or you can get out your Epicure silicone sheet pan liners. I love mine. And we are going to make 9 big cookies. I tried to stretch it to 12, but you guys, those crumble cookies are huge. So because I also don't add super sweet to this, it does reduce the bulk. So that is something to know too. If you end up using something like allulose in place of gentle sweet, you need more of it, so it makes the batter bigger. So those are just some things to make note of. Okay, cool. You want to try it? You can be the guinea pig and tell us if it's good. This is my Epicure sheet pan liner. And so what we're going to do, this is my recommendation. I'm going to start out. This is like maybe a baseball size. Let's see, it might be too big. I kind of eyeball it. Little smaller than a baseball. Those aren't, but this is what I want to do so that they're all equal. I want to make sure that I go through 6 per cookie sheet. Do you want to see if anybody has any questions? Thanks, honey. And let's see what we got here. Yep, there's one. Okay. And ta-da, I gotta grab my other sheet. I'm gonna put 3 on this one. Okay, here's the secret, you guys, to Trim Healthy Baking. Ready? When you make your cookies, they take on the shape, even almond flour. So if you're making the ones with almond flour, just know that they take on the shape of whatever you do. If we were to leave them like this, they don't spread like regular cookies. So they would look like balls. I know, it's kind of funny. Kind of almost want to try it because it sounds funny. Okay, so we're short 1 cookie. So what does that mean? That means I need to take from a little of these just to make 1 more cookie, because I think I made that guy too big. I made that guy too big. Which one? This one? Just a little bit. I'm gonna make 1 more. That's a little too big. Okay, that guy. I'm gonna take a little bit from this guy. Ah, that looks good. See, we just had to borrow. We had to borrow from that one. Okay, so now just push them together. And if you do not like this part, have your kids do it. Your kids love making this recipe. Or you can have, put gloves on. You can always put gloves on. So there we go. Okay. Now we are going to form it. This is where you can have fun. You can just push it down with your hand like this. Or if you want it to be like perfect, I feel like those crumble cookies are just perfect, like perfect round. So you can have fun and just shape them. Okay, so it's up to you. And then we're gonna stick these in the oven for 10 minutes. So when you stick them in, I stuck them in, and as soon as the 10 minutes is over, you want to set them out and cool. Now the difference is, if you like a hot cookie, I would still say let them sit for 5 or 10 minutes. You could eat it hot, they're delicious. But if you want to be able to really pick it up and hold it like this, then let it cool off for 15, 20 minutes, okay? Then you will be able to pick it up like this. Now the best way, if you like more of a crunchy cookie, then let it sit in the air a little bit longer and be exposed to the air, and then it will get more crunchy. And if you like a softer cookie, as soon as they're done, then I would just say put them in an airtight container. You can store them on the counter. You can store them in the refrigerator. You can also store them in the freezer and then pull them out for when you are like going to work and you need a snack. And so, okay, you guys get the idea. You can have fun with this and shape these. All right, that one needs it. Okay, you guys, I hope this helps you lighten up these cookies, because it's so much fun to eat cookies. I love eating cookies. Hey, buddy, how was the park?
Good. I made a new friend.
You made a new friend? That's
His
good.
name is James.
Ah, James. Oh, I almost didn't mush this one down. Okay, so you guys can see.
Wait, Mom.
You look
Where's
delicious.
There we go. Let's show you guys
Mom, where's
up
Vinny?
close. I think she went upstairs, honey. Look at that. Big, beautiful, and perfect. So these go in the oven, and then in 10 minutes, do you want to set the timer for 10 minutes?
Wait.
Oh, that's okay. Just set that one there. You can, if you have a double oven. I did cook them individually. I did not stack them. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't, where did I put that? I just wanted to make sure they came out perfect. So I don't recommend necessarily stacking them. You're welcome to try it and let me know if it goes okay. But the end product looks like this. And I will just show you on, actually, since I have these ones out.
Barb asked, where can we find the written recipe? Thank you for doing this.
There. I put the recipe in the link on the description, but I can also post it in the comments when I get done with this live. Okay, so you guys can see, not cooked, cooked. I cooked these yesterday. So let me just snap one for you guys so you can see it. I did let them sit. I feel, so almond flour is more soft than even the baking blend. So just try these. You guys just gotta trust me. I promise you these are the best. I really promise. You're gonna love them. They're 32 grams of fat per giant cookie. So if you were gonna have one, I'd much rather see you have this than one with 47 grams of fat. That's 15 grams of fat less. Still, let's be super smart and let's have this, you know, have this with some coffee, add a cucumber. I know you're probably like, what? I always try to add a vegetable to anything that I'm having. Cut up some peppers, throw that on the side of this. Eat those first so you're not like, pepper cookie. That's weird, I know. But have this with a cup of coffee. Enjoy it with some added protein. You know, put some collagen in your coffee. Make sure you're getting enough protein with this. Because the problem is I see too many mamas just eat this, and then you're hungry, and then you kind of don't feel good because you feel weighted down. And that's what that almond flour does. It just really makes you feel super, super heavy. And I don't want you guys to feel that way. So, you guys, I am starting another coaching group next week. And if you need more support, if you need accountability, if you're like ready to rock and roll and renew your mind, and you're like, hey, I need some more support, just put a comment down below and I will send you some more information about what I have going on, because I really want to support you and help you take the next step, because all it takes is one step. This is one step better than doing almond flour. So we always want to think one step. What could I do today so I can have a better tomorrow? So, all right, last little peek. Look at this guy. He's so big. Do you like him? She had one with me yesterday. And share them with your kids and your family, and just have fun with it. I love that we get to have our cake and eat it too. I also love that we get to learn what moderation looks like. And you know what? We have so many amazing things. We can make cookies. We can do that too. So have so much fun with this and enjoy this recipe. And if you're like, hey, I've seen that recipe before, you absolutely have seen this recipe before, because this is my friend Becky's recipe. Becky's True to Taste chocolate chip cookies. They have withstood the test of time. So you might have made these before, but now you can just make them biggie sized. And this recipe came about because I have a big family. I live with 9 people. My parents live here. And I asked my friend Becky, I said, hey, she loves baking. And I said, hey, could you help me come up with a recipe that could serve a family? So that's where this idea originated, was how can we serve a big quantity but be amazing, delicious, taste exactly like a chocolate chip cookie, taste like those naughty ones, but be so much healthier, sugar-free, low carb. And thus, that is how this was created. So I present to you Becky's True to Taste chocolate chip cookies, which if you guys look at that original crumble recipe, you will see these are all the same ingredients. It's just using baking blend and gentle sweet. And I showed you guys the trick with the molasses, how to make your own thank you, brown sugar. And so I hope that was super helpful for you guys today. I am here for you. I love you guys so much. I wanted to bring the truth to you so you guys know, because when we know better, we can do better. And I know you guys are in this journey for the long haul. So we've got to learn and grow and be better. So learn it, now go live it so you can lead it. All right, guys, have an awesome day. I love you guys so much. Oh, and you guys, because I don't know how to get off of here. Have a great day, and don't forget to
like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos.
All right, guys, we'll see ya.